Alright guys, welcome back to the channel Techado again. These are not shades, by the way. These are photochromatic, so don't get nervous or anything. I know there'll be a lot of comments that what I'm wearing and stuff like that. Today's video, it's going to be the new update that Pegaxy just dropped. I mean, at this point, I think they're doing a lot of good changes, and this update again shows that they are going back to the fact that, like, it's going to incentivize a lot of people. So, you know how our win percentage of our Pegas were dropping back in the days. I'm talking when March and April, and all of these changes should have happened in March and April, like pretty fast. It took them a lot of time, and this shows that that the direction that they're heading is actually in the right direction. Maybe the old partners of Pegaxy that actually left the game were actually holding back with all these ideas that we now see that the game is heading over to. Now, to be honest, until and unless promotion is done or marketing is done, you would not see the value of the token go up. And again, I'm pretty sure they are still making the game, and it's going to take another 3 or 4 months to finish the game. I think Stadium should be the last update, and after Stadium, I think they should start promoting the game, and they should officially launch the game and start promoting it, because the more you drag, the more you try to perfect something, eventually you would not be able to perfect it. So I think the time has come when they should make Stadium, and once Stadium is launched, they should drop in the game. They should not stretch it and let the game run like Zrun used to run. Instead, it should not be a gambling thing or anything, and they should not implement gambling factor. The moment gambling factor gets implemented in Pegaxy, again we will see a lot of restrictions, and hence there'll be a slowly, people will start getting more bearish, and people are already bearish. They cannot be more bearish than what it is right now. So let's quickly dive into our desktop live scene and talk about some factors that some changes that we are seeing. So hotfix, which is changing the race slots from 15 to 10, which originally was, because now this is going to impact your basically impact your win rate. And how are they planning to do that? Just by decreasing the probability factor, because if you had 15 peggers, your chances of winning amongst those 15 peggers go very low. So all those peggers that were sitting at 20%, remember the change when it happened from 10 peggers to 15 peggers? We saw a lot of our peggers suffering at that point. They couldn't mint properly, and now we see they're going back to that 10 peggers originally. Offer rewards for 4th and 5th place. It is also a very good incentive of offering 4th and 5th place, because now people will know that that they are not extremely greedy with the entry fee and stuff like that, but there is more hope of winning, because out of 10, if your pega is 35%ers or anything, there is a probability that you are going to win. Out of 3-4 races, you're going to win 1 or 2 races. But how to manage profit and loss, we're going to come back to that again. Remove one of the lobby options. So instead of you having 3 lobbies, they are now going to give you 2 lobbies. And as a matter of fact, you're going to see how they placed this very carefully. And I think math might be a little bit here and there. They could have done a little bit better job in Epic and Founding or Legendary, but and should have shown a little bit more love on the pacer side. But here's the tally, actually, to be honest. Pacer now gets total pool is 90, first place is 38, second place is 22, third place is 15. But remember this, if you are running pacers at a very low percentage of win rate, round about like 15-16% of win rate or 20% of win rate, again, this is not going to fulfill what you're trying to achieve. Why? Because you're going to lose more money entering into every pacer. And if you see that your stuff is winning like more 4th place and stuff like that, so basically you are going to lose. Basically you'll see that this 5th place, 4th place is fine. I think 5th place is where you need to be a little bit careful about, because the entry fee on this is 10. So 10 vis to enter, 90 vis is the pool. rare and epic and legendary becomes super hard again, because rare, I mean, I think you can still go for with a 25% or a 30% or rare, and you have the chances to win. Out of 10 you're going to win like, if you're a 30 percenter, you're winning 3 races. And try to see what sort of a 30 percenter you have, and how does it usually win more gold, or does it usually more bronze. If it gets more bronze, I mean, it's going to be in the third place again. So you have to do this math in your head very carefully if you want to still mint the coin. As of right now, we'll talk of the value and all that stuff in the coin just after this. And let's look into the epic. Epic did change. 810 is the total winning pool, out of which first place is 338. But we are usually always targeting the second and third place if you do not have a bulk of good peggers, because it was super hard to, like, even get good peggers in the market, because all the meta breeders that were just trying to profit by making, breeding good peggers, they are not in this game anymore. So it's going to be pretty hard to find like good peggers if you are joining right now. But if you have been in the game for a long time, you know that you have a 50%er pegger, you have a 45%er pegger, you can run epics on them. But remember this, that epic's entry fee is 90. So there is a chance where you are going to, lose a little bit. But burn per amount is pretty amazing. As you can see, 10, 30, 90, 270. So 10% is the burn percentage, which is pretty amazing again. So here is a control of, decreasing the mint and increasing the burn. And this should be the core theory of like literally any game, because if you incentivize more and you're incentivized in such a abundance that the token is more available or readily available to everybody, that token will not have value. So you have to make sure that the token becomes exclusive, and the only way to do that is to control the mint and to increase the burn. They did that with the first, but they also noticed that people were not playing the game. And as a game, it is very important to understand that you have to have people play the game, otherwise that game has no purpose, right? So they did see a lot of decline, and we're going to check that in Apollo and all that stuff. And last step is going to be legendary, founding, and crowned. I don't know how many legendaries you have. I have only one, which is a 15 percenter. um it is going to be risky for me to enter into races with 270. Why? Because as you can see that the token amount, but if you have like a 40%, 50%, win rate beggars, might as well just put it on this one. Now next question is, and the last thing they did, I mean, let's go through all this and then we're going to answer some critical questions that you need to think about and we need to answer. Is remove one of the lobby options. So they are keeping, like a permutation combination kind of a day. So the same stuff combination will be not going into the next day. So they're mixing and matching, and they're just going to make sure that you do not get the same amount of stadiums or like every single day or anything, which is actually kind of good, because now in your arsenal you can only use certain peggers at a certain time. Having 3 means you could have checked 3 out of your total 3 out of your total of 6, which was 50%, which means that you would have one sort of pega out of your whole stable that can run in either of those 3 slots. But giving 2 decreases that probability again of you getting a perfect stadium to run your pega at that perfect, attributes and all that stuff. So yes, amazing updates, but wrong timing. At least they are trying to, like give what we wanted from the very beginning, and these all stuff should have been done a long time back, and Pegaxy would have been sitting in number 1 in Polygon. But apparently things are a bit late, but it's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and watch this. So in 7 days, you might be seeing the Pegaxy token again jumping back to 0.00125. It's on an upward trend right now because they have a 24-hour volume of 62,000. And I've been saying this, that More trading volume, the token prices go up. Now, question is, what is this sudden increase of the token? Is it the last time we could not understand this because the team did not mention on the day when they launched the update that they are buying this to, to go through all the process. It was on the next day they wanted to be transparent. We understood why this is happening. I waited a whole day for any sort of other announcement, whether they are planning to buy more Viz and make this more bullish or not. But apparently, this. I would classify this as a short squeeze dynamic, kind of a trend. Short squeeze dynamic trend is usually a trend you will find in stocks where people, like when they're shorting and stuff like that, short sellers will either bet against something or they will fall out of something. So out here we see a trend where short sellers are trying to buy this token because of a new update, and before any update drops, short sellers always come in. Why? Because we are on an exchange, and that exchange is Bybit official. So remember this, since we are on an exchange, our tokens can be bought, can be sold at any time. Um, if you are thinking of more proof or anything, just go to Pegaxy, go to trusted links, and from there you can check yourself by using Dex tools, which is USDT to Vis. And I'm going to bring this out here so that we can check together. As you can see, a lot of short selling going on right now. Somebody has 61 transactions, this person has 98 transactions, somebody has 15 transactions. I'm pretty sure you guys were not able to watch. Yeah, so 661 to 6. So these are all like short selling trends and everything. So it is like that. It is like that, that you can actually go through this and you can see how short sellers are reacting to this. So make sure that you understand what's going on into the market rather than totally jumping into this and understanding like, oh well, like it was going up, why is it going down, like. So these are the critical questions that you need to think whenever you are into this game, that there is no current movement from the community or the players itself. It's usually a short stand dynamic where people are playing with the amount of tokens they have. Now let's go ahead and quickly go to Apollo and check out Apollo's thing. So as you can see, mint from the last few days is very less. Only 1200 vis was minted, which means that people literally has stopped playing the game just because of the fear that they are losing out a lot, because now there is an entry fee. People were playing the game before because there was no entry fee, so they could run their Pegas. Now, on the other hand, you will see that the Pega sale volume is going high. So people are buying Pegas, and people are kind of doing trades here and there. Total amount of volume is like 5,000, which is not even much for compared to the game it was in. And currently, floor Pega prices are 25 cents. If you have joined this game from February, you know that floor Pegas, back in the days, floor Pegas, which were like 7%, 8%, or 10% winners, were actually around about like 700-800 bucks. Right now it's 25 cents. But that's how things go in crypto world, to be honest. So with this kind of let's see the liquidity pool. I always check liquidity pool. Liquidity pool is still healthy, holding 31k. The major trouble happens when like your pool goes all the way down. I totally forgot to check one more stuff, folks, before we leave this section, is the amount mint, amount burned. So you see that burn percentage has crossed by a lot. Usually this burn percent before all that updates happen was like 30% or 40%. So more burn because people are losing a lot of tokens. And in the coming few weeks, we should see this should give Pegaxy a little bit of volume. This should give Pegaxy a little bit of thing, like where, because they're burning more and this is becoming very, very hard to mint. So, and people are trying to hold on to those coins because they are having that feeling that, the amount of burn is actually crazy. So people are playing and losing money. Hmm, interesting. I mean, I don't know whether you guys want to like. I mean, this is fun to see that the burn is so much. Usually, it was all the way opposite. So let's go ahead and show you in all general. You see that mint was before a lot and burn was less, and now we see burn to be more than mint. I mean, this was required for the healthy phase of the game, and this is what we were talking about from the very beginning. Let's go ahead and see how fast we can get lobby. In this way we can understand what's going on. So at first, as you can see, I have an epic max. This is an epic win rate Pega. Win rate is 33%, which means that every out of every 10 games, 3 it is supposed to win. My entry fee on this is 90. Okay, so but I have to be at least fourth to get my money back. Stadium, it's water, so it is a water stadium. It has decent amount of speed, very less strength, very less lightning, but it is a good Pega. So let's go ahead and find a match for it. Before we find a match, let's log into our like what is this called, ledger app. um, it's so funny that, I mean, you can do it on your phone. It's just that I have to show it to you. Otherwise I would have done this on my phone. It would have been way more easier, way more easier. Okay, so application is ready. Now we are going to go here and see how fast we can find a match. Are people still playing this or not? Because usually, like usually it is not that fast to find a match when people are not playing. But if people are playing, they can find a match. So now we have dropped down to 10, and 10 was what it was before. 10 was what it was before. So this drops the probability of losing by, but I said, by like 25%. Like your probability of losing, you being in the lobby with some other um, pace epics, and it also depends, like who is running what sort of Pega. So your chances or your probability is higher on this. But again, we see that we are waiting for more than 2-3 minutes, and I'm pretty sure we'll be waiting for more than 1 or 2 minutes. I'm just going to wait for a minute more just to see if we get a lobby or not. 7 out of 10, all we need is like 3 to join this. I don't think we are going to get a lobby today. That means again, yesterday's mint was 1200. Before that, before, I think day before yesterday was around about 25,000 or something like that. So, well, we're just going to wait and see what happens and everything. Alright, guys, so that will be all from the channel Techado. I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. Do write down in comments below what your opinion is about the new updates, how bullish you are about the new updates and everything. I know that it is already kind of dead, kind of a game where literally there is not a lot of crowd in the game. And yes, they did something with the mint, they did more burn, but this should have been done way back. At least they're making some changes. If they can get hold of marketing, there is still a probability that it might end up to be a very good game. But again, as you can see, people are not playing this game only because they are very scared to lose all of their minted tokens, and just by playing the game. Like you, me too, I'm the same. Like I have not played this game for like a whole month or so right now, just because I don't want to pay for the entry fee of 30 until and unless there is movement going on. So, and we do not have any scholars anymore. So let's see where this ends up to. And I hope you folks have a wonderful day ahead. Till then, goodbye. Keep on watching Tech2. Take care.